Yeah, I'm back. So well, let's keep going. Oh wait. Ja, det vet jag. Monica smiles as she turns and heads back to the teacher's desk. I turn to face the rest of the room with everyone doing their respective activities. Well, it makes no sense for me to stand out in the open like this. Who should I hang out with? I decide to take Monica up on offer to show me her poem. I guess why not? Sure enough, Monica at the teacher's desk, reading a piece of paper that I assume to be her poem. Hey, Monica. Monica tilts her head to see who called her, but she instantly smiles once she sees that it's me. Oh, hey, I take it you wanted to see my poem after all. You know it. Not to mention I really enjoy reading your poems. Even if I don't quite understand what they're trying to say sometimes, Monica managed to smile, a small giggle. Get it. Well, that's the beauty of writing. You can write about anything. As long as you put your best effort into it, you can almost feel the soul of the writer when you read their work. Sometimes the most beautiful thing are the things we don't understand, and sometimes there may not even be a correct meaning behind their work. It's just left up to the readers to think for themselves on what they believe it means. But I think your poetry skills have improved since you first started, so maybe you'll be able to understand this one. Despite my best efforts, I blush at Monica's compliment. Thank you, Monica. I'm glad you think I'm getting better. Huh, hey. I'm really lucky to know that someone as sweet and humble as you, aren't I? Just lucky to have Monica complimenting like this. I think to myself about how many guys would be tripping over themselves just to be in my shoes right now. Just being able to see how she is now, what the... Her emerald eyes, her irresistible smile, and her exceptional puns. Wait, why am I thinking like this? What about Sayuri? I snap out of my train of thought. Well, I'll try. Monica glances down to the paper on the desk. If you're still working on it, I can come back later. No, it's fine, really. I actually just finished it. I see that the smile start to form across Monica's face. I hope I didn't forget to write the poem when we were supposed to. Monica giggles again. Don't worry about it. I just made it for fun this time. Are you ready to read it? You know it. I hope you like it. Connection. I found myself standing alone, watching connections being made around me. I stood alone, disconnected. Many feelings swept through me. If you could even call them feelings. Emptiness, cold, lifelessness. When I saw hope in front of me, I felt desperate. A chance to escape, a way to heal. I needed it, no matter the cost, and I was prepared to pay. And then a miracle happened. I felt a new connection all my own. It came to me when I expected it the least. I felt electric, blissful, alive. Now I feel. I've begun to see meaning in what looked meaningless. That maybe my desperation is what was meaningless. And now that I have this connection, that I feel such full fulfillment because of it, I never want to be apart. So what do you think? It's great, Monica. I think this is your best one yet. I really liked the way you made it flow. And the way you ended it was pretty solid too. Like the title too, Connection. It really stands out. I handed her back her poem. Glad you liked it. I spent a lot of time on it, so I'm glad that it all paid off. Monica, I think you too paid off in the end. Monica looks at me with an intrigued look on her face. Eh? What do you mean? You're smart, friendly, talented, beautiful. Oh, come on. Huh? You're just buttering me up, aren't you? Monica eyes take a suggestive tone. She stands up abruptly, leaning towards me in an almost seductive manner. I was not expecting this. I feel my heart start pounding in my chest and I feel a drop of sweat trickle down my back. Well, maybe a little. I did like your poem though, honest. I'm staring at my walls as I feel Monica's breath brush across my face. Monica's eyes scan me up and down. You know, you really should straighten up out your tie. It's important to me that all my club members look as professional as possible. Yeah, you're totally right. How careless of me. Monica suddenly grabs a hold of my tie. Yeah. Here, let me fix that for you. Her voice is a whisper at this point. Can't help but stare into her eyes as she looks up at me. Never thought the color of emerald could be so beautiful. Monica slightly parts her lips as I feel her warm breath grinds against my neck. This feels good. Never in a million of years would I ever thought that it would be like this with Monica. In fact, never thought I would be this close to Monica, period. Speaking of finding, I briefly look around the room. There's no way that they haven't at least looked up and saw us like this, or even overheard what we were saying. It's not like we were really being that quiet to begin with. Yuri still singing to a book. Sarah is spacing out and Natsuki is in the usual spot and windowsill reading her manga. I turn back to meet Monica's gaze. Words truly cannot describe what looks back at me. Everything about her is perfect. I think we messed up. It's as if all of my natural senses are being bombarded by the figure standing in front of me. All desire at this point has left my mind. I just want to be with her. Just her. You know, I'm surprised Yuri doesn't fix this for you. Maybe I should help you get up in the morning instead. How does she know about that? Monica puts her hand on my cheek and she intensely looks me in the eyes. I can't tell if Monica is just teasing me or actually being serious here. How do I respond to something like that? My mind goes completely numb. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. My hands are resting on her hips. Monica has the look on her face. My anxiety shoots through the roof. If they kiss, I'll go back and choose Sayuri. My heart is pounding in a million miles a second. My palms become sweaty as I feel my legs about to give out at any second. Is it my chance? My chance to be with the morning. It's something important. Yeah, Monica leans in my ear whispering something. Go. Good choice. Yeah, I don't think so. Meh, I surely don't think so. Yeah, nothing happened. You guys know that nothing happened. Nothing fucking happened. Yo, I decided to see how Sayuri was doing. Hey Sayuri. Oh hey. Sayuri smiles as I take a seat next to her. So what were you asking Monica about? Oh, I just wanted to see if I could get a little peek at what her announcement is going to be. Hey, she's going to tell us all. She's going to tell all of us, you know. It's not nice to be nosy. I know. That's so like you though. I let out a small chuckle. Guess some things never change, do they? Yeah, guess not. Sayuri looks off to the front of the room. So, how have things been with you today? Guess things have been alright, though I don't know if things have really changed or not. Sayuri's voice trails off. You still feel the same. Gently takes Sayuri's hand. Sir, look at me. Sayuri looks at me as tears well within her eyes. What's wrong? I don't know. What do you mean? Sayuri nervously swallows. I thought I would be so much happier now that we're together, and while seeing you and spending time helps drive the rank crowds away for a little while, they just come back sooner or later. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Why does it keep happening? Without thinking, I take Sayuri into my arms. Sayuri, listen to me. Don't really know how to help you through this, but I'll be here for you every step of the way. That much I can promise. I know I can't wave away what you're feeling right now, but if being with you right now helps, then I hope I'm doing something right. I can feel Sayuri tremble as she resists the urge to break down and sob. Just promise me that you'll always be here for me. I just need to hear that. I promise you, Sayuri. I would never go back on my word to you. You know that. Sayuri slowly pulls away from me. I put my hand on her cheek. Hey, it's okay. You're incredibly strong for putting up with this. Don't give up. I see a mixture of emotions on Sayuri's face, as if she's trying to fight back her tears while trying not to blush like an idiot. But she's my idiot. She's my Sayuri. And I love her. Sayuri gently takes both of my hands and holds on to them firmly. Thank you. Anytime. Lately my emotions have been all over the place. First I felt like I was a burden to you and everyone I knew, and now her voice thrills off. What is it, Sayuri? Take a deep breath as she holds my hands tightly. Now I feel like I really shouldn't be here. What do you mean? Oh no. Just the past few days I've had this feeling that I really shouldn't be here with you, that none of this should have happened. I feel my heart sink in my stomach. She doesn't mean I'm not doubting our relationship or anything. It's just, I guess you could say I feel out of place at first or something. Well, I'll say this, Sayuri, I'm glad you're here with me. Wouldn't change any of this for the world. I'm glad that we found our feelings. Wait, what? That we found our feelings for each other. Ah, I could say that. Say that again. Sayuri grip on me tightens. Hey. Yes, Sayuri? Going to wrestle for a little bit if that's okay with you. Today's been training. Alright, do you want me to leave or... Without warning, Sayuri plops her head onto my shoulder. And she's out like a light. Rest easy, Sayuri. I mutter softly. Can't help but notice how cute she looks sleeping on my shoulder. Well, I might as well take this opportunity and get some shut-eye myself. Never in a million of years I would think I would end up with someone like Sayuri. A guy like me and a girl like her? What are the odds? Speaking of finding, there's no way the others haven't noticed us. I quickly crack open my eyes. Look around the room. Sayuri still seems to be in her book. Monica seems to be typing on the teacher's computer, and Natsuki is in her usual spot under the windowsill reading her manga. There's no way that they haven't at least looked up once and saw us like this, or overheard what we were saying, since we weren't really being that quiet to begin with. Suddenly Monica stands up and walks to the front of the room. Okay everyone, gather around, I have an important announcement to make. Suddenly Monica and Natsuki's eyes turn to me and Sayuri. Yuri confused as what's going on around us, only to see that what Monica and Natsuki are staring at. Thankfully Sayuri dozed off while we were like this, otherwise she would be incredibly embarrassed. All the three girls are looking at us, with a bit of an irritated, almost jealous expression on their faces. Great. Well, it's up to me to attempt to salvage this situation. Hey, Sayuri. I subtly nudge her. She raised her head to look at me. Wake up, dummy. 5 more minutes like this, please. Sayuri puts her head back on my shoulder. I just can't win today. Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri all look off in different directions, trying to avoid making the situation even more awkward than it is already. Monica has an announcement to make. Come on, let's not make her wait. Okay. Sayuri stands up and stretches. But she quickly sees the situation we're in. Immediately Sayuri's face matches her bow. Oh, Sayuri, always putting us in these awkward situations. Yeah, you're the one who started to begin with, so meh. Oh, sorry guys, I was just... Monica shoots Sayuri a warm smile. It's alright, Sayuri, come on. She gestures for us to come towards the front of the room. While I'm on the way to the front of the room, Natsuki gives me a friendly punch in the arm. Ouch, hey, what was that for? Nothing, dummy. She mutters that softly and avoids eye contact as she briskly walks past me. Well, that was random. Just hope she isn't jealous of me and Sayuri getting so close like that. Well, you're a couple, you should have told her already. Hopefully then she won't put me in the hospital. Oh well, let's see what the girl has to say. We all take our seats at the front of the room, with Monica standing right in front of us. Okay everyone, here's the news. Starting next week, the student newspaper and photography club are going to be going around and doing a profile of all the different clubs. It's part of the biannual Meet the Clubs piece that they do every semester. As of now, they're scheduled to meet with us to do their piece next Monday, so I was hoping that we could think of something that will really show off the club. Natsuki audibly groans. Is it going to be like the festival again? Monica seems a little taken aback by this, but she tries to shrug it off. No, not really. We won't have to be performing for anyone this time, and I certainly don't think we'll need to put in the same level of preparation for this compared to the festival. But I would appreciate if we could at least come up with something nice that'll show off the club. Everyone takes a moment to collect their thoughts. Sayuri with eyes shut like that's not normal. After a moment of silence, Yuri is the first to speak up. You know, I did happen to keep a welcome banner we made for the festival. I would just need to find it somewhere in my house. Wouldn't mind baking cupcakes again. Turns out Lucky isn't that bad of a cook. She says that directly looking at me. Natsuki certainly isn't letting what just happened between me and Sayori go. Try to move past the sudden awkwardness. Yeah, wouldn't mind that. Natsuki looks at me with a puzzled look. Nat? Where'd you that came from? No. I thought it would be cute if I gave you a little nickname. Normally Natsuki would shoot me an irritated look before proclaiming to everyone that she isn't cute, but this time it doesn't even look like she knows how to get properly mad at me. She tries to pout, but I can tell she's forcibly trying to hold back a grin. Are you implying that I'm cute? And if I was? Natsuki suddenly looks off in another direction, only becoming more flustered, but after about a moment she turned back to face me, no longer able to contain her grin. I'll let that aside. Just this once. Sayori once again shoots me the same quizzical glance she gave me yesterday when Natsuki brought up the time we spent together last Sunday. Sooner or later I'm going to have to resolve all this and tell Natsuki that I'm with Sayori, as well as tell Sayori everything that happened between me and Natsuki on Sunday. Hopefully that will put her mind to rest. Thankfully Monica comes in seemingly save the situation. Can type up a summary of what we do on a day-to-day basis and write some things down and for what we can tell the newspaper. Okay, wait a bit. Okay, let's get back. I know what I can do. Everyone turns to Sayori. I can go to the library and get some books for us to read. I think it would look good for when they take pictures of us. Great call. As for you, Lucky, do you have any ideas? Take a few moments to think to myself. I suddenly get an idea. Well, I can bring in some famous poems that we could also use for photo ops. I think it would be great to show that there are more literature than just books. Heck, maybe we can even use some of our own poems as well. I can organize them together like Monica did, but I'll need everyone else's poems. Everyone pauses to reflect what I just said. That's a good idea. I'll hand you all my stuff tomorrow if that's okay with you. That's perfectly fine. I have all my poems back at my place. I can give them to you later. Same here. I'll give you them at tomorrow meeting. I think I'll have mine. I have mine with them. I have mine with me. Let me check. Natsuki searches through her bag and retrieves a small stack of papers. Here you go. That should be everything. Natsuki hands me your poems. Thanks, Natsuki. Okay, everyone. You all know what to do. That concludes today's meeting. Be sure to find your poems and give them to Luki. Everyone begins packing their things, mostly talking about the level of excitement for the upcoming event. As I think to myself, this would probably be the first time I've ever been interviewed for a school newspaper for anything. Yada. Yada. There you go. Let's go. As I think to myself, this would probably be the first time I've ever been interviewed by our school newspaper for anything. I know Monka's been interviewed before, and somehow Sayori has been interviewed before as well. But I guess for Natsuki and Yuri, and I, this will be our first time. Feel my anxiety start to rise as I think about it. My train of thought ends as I feel a tap on my shoulder. Ready to walk home? Yup, let's go. After I finish packing my things, Sayuri and I wave goodbye at the others as we head out to start our walk to school, our walk home. During the walk home, I feel Sayuri gently take my hands. When I turned to her, she kept looking straight ahead, madly blushing. I smile to myself as we keep walking. It seems that we've gotten more comfortable with showing off our affection for each other in public, even if it's something as simple as holding hands. Sayuri seems to be in a really good mood today. Well, she did say me being around her helps her feel better. Granted, I have no problem spending my time around Sayuri. What if this was the cure to a problem all along? Just us spending time around each other. At this rate, she would be rid of those rain clouds in no time. The thought of that keeps me smiling through the duration of our walk. Eventually we reach our houses. Hey! Yes, Sayuri? I think I know where my poems are. I can stop by your house in a bit and drop them off if that's okay. Sayuri's voice trails off. I see that where she's going with this. Yeah, I'd love to have you over. I'll see you in a bit, Sayuri. Okay. Sayuri and I briefly embrace each other as we head back to our respective houses. I hope she can stay a little longer this time. Maybe. I drop my book bag in the middle of my room and change out of my uniform. I begin looking through the messy stack of papers on my desk and attempt to find the poems I wrote. Just hope I didn't accidentally throw them away. Come on. They gotta be here somewhere. Aha! There they are. Pull my poems out of my stack and start organizing them a little. Reading through them, I see how far I've progressed as a writer. My more recent poems suddenly seem more developed and structured compared to the first poem I wrote. Also reminded of the inspiration behind all these poems, my dear Sayuri. But thinking about her allowed me to power through this arduous task. I guess I did end up writing it for her after all. I put down my poems and go to my bag to retrieve Natsuki's poems, which I put right next to mine. I noticed that in Natsuki's stack of poems there's a pink piece of paper. Don't remember Natsuki ever writing her poems down on pink paper. Maybe she accidentally gave me something. Before I could investigate further, I hear my doorbell ring. Wow, Sayuri was a lot quicker than I would thought she would be. Go downstairs and let Sayuri in. I open the door to see Sayuri standing outside with the poems. Hey, found them. She probably hands me them. That's awesome. Thank you, Sayuri. You're the best. Sayuri blushes at my compliment. So, wanna come in? Yeah, I would love to. Awesome. Let's hurry into my house. Put Sayuri's poems on the dining room table and join her in the living room. So, what exactly do you want to do? I've definitely got more than a few ideas in mind. Oh, and what would they be? She looked at me quizzically, an obvious sense of intrigue in her eyes. Well, let me show you. We slowly shuffle closer to each other until we're close enough to feel each other's breath. Her breaths are shallow. Her eyes are locked with mine. My vision feels hazy. Her eyes. Have they always been that beautiful blue color? The scent of cinnamon mixed with the feeling of her soft breaths grazing my neck. I still remember what I wanted to do. Remember when we had that big debate over who could get more gold trophies at Mario Kart when we were little? Sayuri pauses to remember. Yeah, why? Think it's time to settle that debate again. Sayuri giggles at my question. Alright. I'll warn you though, I won't hold back. She managed to say that in both a playful and ominous tone. Growing up, Sayuri and I had a little bit of an annual competition to see who could get the most gold trophies at Mario Kart. Wait a bit. Every so often we would trade the winning title, but I remember that I barely beat her out last time. We also had a tradition where the loser would have to pay for the winner's ice cream at Gomez. Gomez. Usually when Sayuri would win, she would get the most ridiculously expensive sundae, almost as a way to rub it in that she showed. Usually I would be humble and get something cheap. I power on my Wii and under one of the controllers, seeing Mario Kart boot up and on the screen again triggers a flood of memories from my childhood. It's been years since I've played this game and even longer since Sayuri and I have played it together. My skills are probably a little rusty, but I hope hers are as well. What map would we start first? Sayuri shoots me a sly look. How about Rainbow Road? You really think we should start off on the map considering how long it's been? Only reason I even remember it was because of how frustrating it was. It could still be fun, unless you're too chicken. Alright, you're on. As we sit there choosing our races, I decide to go with my old main, Luigi. As I expected, Sayuri chooses Daisy, our all-time favorite. Well, here we go. Good luck. The race is off. The first thing I do is fall right off the map, with Sayuri quickly following. Now you see why I always hated this map. Yeah, but this is still pretty fun. A smile managed to form across my face. Sayuri always able to find a joy in almost anything. While Hurley and Sayuri and I trade leads for first place, after a while I'm able to stay in first fairly comfortably. Of course, that means I've been getting bombarded with red shells. Why do you have so many red shells? The farther you are from the first place, the better items you get. Oh yeah, I need to play this more. Sayuri lets out a giggle as she throws out another red shell that nearly hits me. Nice try. However, as soon as I say that Sayuri is able to pass me. Thank you. Sayuri and I continue to trade leads. For most of the first 2 laps, neither of us able to gain much distance on each other before the other takes the lead again. Finally, it comes down to the last stretch of the race. I'm barely in the first. I can almost see the finish line. Seemingly out of nowhere, one of the NPC players starts to catch up to us. In the blink of an eye, the NPC passes Sayuri and is right on my tail. Don't need 2 things to worry about. Well, time to use the shells I've been saving for the end. I start throwing out my shells randomly in an effort to get the NPC and Sayuri off my tail. My first shell hits the NPC successfully. Its card quickly spirals out of control before promptly falling off the map. However, Sayuri was able to dodge the other shell I threw. I look to see and I still have one left, with the finish line only about 10 seconds away. And with Sayuri and I neck and neck, it's now or never that I use my last shell. Take this! In desperation I throw my last shell out randomly. However, I come to regret the decision rather quickly. Oh crap. No! Somehow I end up bleeding myself with that shell just threw. Before I know it, Sayuri passes me and wins the race. Yay, I won! I sit there absolutely stunned. I just cost myself the game. Looks like you'll still have to buy me my favorite sundae again. Oh no, not if I have anything to say about it. Playfully tackle her to the floor. She giggles as she tries to get up, but fortunately, I am too strong for her. Hey, no fair, Minnie, you promised. Sayuri playfully pouts at me while giving me puppy eyes. Under most circumstances they really wouldn't work on me, but for some reason today they're super effective. I know. I'm gonna buy you whatever you want, I'm just messing with you, Sayuri. Sayuri shoots me a look of relief. So, when do I get my ice cream? As soon as you can get up. And Sayuri managed to put up a good effort to get up, but again I'm too strong for her. Hahaha, you haven't changed a bit, have you, Sayuri? Neither have you. What do you mean? You've always been that brash, funny guy next door who always had his head in the clouds. You've always been so kind to me even when I don't think I deserve it. You've always looked out for me. Wait a bit. I can hear your voice starting to break. You always help me when I'm feeling down, even if you don't realize that. Trying my best not to blush, I eventually break and crack a wide grin at her. You're the reason I even get up out of bed in the morning. You're the reason I can feel happiness enjoying my life. You're the reason I am even alive. Even when I'm at my lowest point, when my rain clouds just pour on me. You're the sunshine that I need to break them away. I see now that I'm the luckiest girl in the world to have as my boyfriend. I see tears start to swell up in Siri's eyes. Listening to Siri say that really hits me hard inside. I'm the reason she's alive? There's no way she would, she would never. Before I can finish my train of thought, I ran into the face closer to mine. Hey, hi. Siri's lips suddenly meet mine. Despite the sudden shock, I managed to return the kiss, our lips interlocking. The taste of peach fills my mouth as our lips push back against each other. The smell of cinnamon radiating from her hair seems to put me in trance. I pull back and lock eyes with Siri as she lays there with a bated breath. There's a minute of silence between us as we get lost in each other's eyes. Finally decide to break the silence. So, guess you won? Yeah. I won fair and square. I won fair and square. Well, I think that's enough video games for one day. Want to see what's on TV? Yeah, sure. We spend the next few hours watching some old movies and cuddling. Eventually the sun sets and it starts to get dark out. Well, I better head back and start getting ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Bummer that the day went by so fast. Yeah, but I'll see you tomorrow. I had so much fun with you today. I did too, Siri. See you tomorrow. Siri gives me one more hug before leaving to go back to her house. As she shuts the door, I collapse back onto my couch exhausted by today's event. We finally kissed. I still can't believe it. I should have seen that coming, but I'm surprised with just how well my relationship with Siri is coming along. Even if I have no idea what I'm doing, or maybe this was Siri needed all along. She just wanted to be around me again. I'm really the answer to all her problems. Then again, I don't really know just how deep her problems run. And if she's always having rain clouds, then when I'm not around her, well, she should be able to talk about her problems with someone else, not just me. Not even entirely sure if I'm the only one who knows about her problems as well. Her parents know about this, right? Then again, Siri's dad really isn't around too much because of his work, and her mom moved back to the countryside following that divorce. Unless Monica knows, I might be the only one who she told. I can try being around her as much as I can, but I can't be there for her 24/7. Especially if my plans for the summer still end up happening. Guess I'll have to figure something out then. Still, it was nice to spend more time around her today. Hopefully she'll be fine for the rest of the night. Flip back on the TV and watch a few more shows before grabbing those poems off the dining room table and heading to my room. After grabbing Sayu's poems from the dining table, I put a stack right next to mine and Natsuki. I remember that there was something in Natsuki's stack that stood out for me. After comparing all the three stacks, I see Sayu's stack is completely identical to mine. Natsuki's stack is the only one that has a pink piece of paper. I began to look through Natsuki's stack. As I looked through her poems, I can't help but be reminded of what first time we shared. I always found joy in reading her poems. They are so simple, yet they're just as hard-hitting as Monica, Sayuri's, and Yuri's. Not to mention, I always found her word choice to be cute and adorable. It really does suit her, even if she won't admit it. Through my train of thoughts, one of the pieces of paper escapes my grip. I put the poems on my desk and bent down to grab the straight paper. Look at the title. I don't remember reading this one. My Day with You. Oh, it's the pink one. Okay. Wait. My day with you was perfect, it's true. Okay, my day with you. My day with you was perfect, it's true. You and I preparing sweets, who could have known? It would be swept off my feet. Baking with you broke down my walls. I just hope I wasn't the only one to fall. Ever since that day, I felt a connection I can't hide anymore. This is my confession. I love you. More than words can say. All thanks to our special day. Love, Naski. Yuri yuri. Oh, shit. She likes me? I'm assaulted with a barrage of emotions as I try to come to terms with the situation I've just found myself into. I have no idea how I should handle this. Not to mention Naski probably knows I've read it. I read it by this point. Did she give this to me on purpose? There's no way she would have accidentally given this to me. What do? I put the phone back in the stack. I put on my pajamas and lay on my bed. Do I tell Sayuri? How will she feel about this? What am I going to do? Do I talk to Natsuki about this tomorrow, or do I let her come to me? Through the millions of scenarios that play out in my head, my mind eventually wears me down and I drift into an easy sleep. I should be sleeping right now. So yeah, I open my eyes to find myself in the dark, empty clearing. What? As I look around the clearing, I see the world around me engulfed in fog and haze, and can barely see 2 feet in front of me. You wouldn't have been in this situation if you had just listened to me. What? That's the same voice I heard last night. Oh great, this again. Did you completely forget about what I told you last night? You're supposed to stay away from Sayuri, not get close to her. I didn't want to have you keep this up. I don't take enjoyment in your suffering, but you're leaving me no choice. Suddenly I see a silhouette approach me. Sayuri? Is that you? Sayuri comes into my view. Sayuri can never love you back in the same way you do. You both know that. Why waste every day building her up when she'll just tear herself down again? The next thing I know, a noose appears right around Sayuri's neck. I see another silhouette figure emerge from the fog with the fog right next to Sayuri. Let's make this quick. Next thing I know, the noose tightens around Sayuri's neck as she suddenly hoisted in the air. As Sayuri begins crying out for help and begins to free herself, the figure takes a step closer to me. Now listen carefully this time. Sayuri's going to die. Don't feel bad. She was already meant to anyways. The most time you spend around her, the harder it will be on everyone later. Keeping her alive is only prolonging her suffering. She is not meant for this world. Her precious mind is filled with nothing but second-guessing and self-decryptation. She knows she is worthless to you. In the end, she'll provide you with nothing. It's time for you to see that. My eyes glance over to see Sayuri continuing to struggle. Tears are streaking down her face as she tries desperately to free herself. She keeps gasping for air as her sobs become little more than cries for help. I try to call out to Sayuri, but nothing comes out of me. I try to run to help her, but I can't move my legs. I try to turn away to avoid looking on Sayuri's suffering, but my eyes refuse to close on my neck, and my neck refuses to turn. She's not worth saving. She is nothing. She's truly useless, and useless things need to be cast aside. The figure takes a few steps back, raising his hand and snapping his fingers. I hear a painful crack as her body slowly goes limp. The color suddenly drains from her face, making the skin a ghostly pale. Even an ear form is drained out of his bright colors. Sorry, gazeless eyes look upon me as a final tears run down her face. You can't stop this from happening. You need to let her go. Leave her behind, forget about her. Worry about us. There is only us. Just us. Suddenly wake up with a sudden urge to vomit. I quickly prop myself, trying to suppress it. Though as soon as I do that, I feel my head quickly start to ache. I feel my entire body covered in a coat of sweat as I move to clutch my forehead. The hell's going on with me? Am I sick? After a few minutes my head stops throbbing and I feel relatively normal again. My eyes wander to my alarm clock. Great, don't have to be up for another hour. Well, I can try falling back asleep. But if I do, won't I just see the same thing again? Or worse, if this keeps happening, I'm probably going to need a psychiatrist. Don't feel like I'm getting out of bed yet, so I just spend the rest of my time staring at the ceiling. Though the memories of my nightmare slowly creeps back into my mind. About how I could save Sayuri. How I just watched her slowly choke to death. It was almost like what I saw 2 nights ago, and her corpse. I get nauseous just thinking about it. Thankfully, before I can think any longer about it, my alarm sounds off. I say to myself as I walk over to silence my alarm and go about my daily morning routine to get ready for school. And this will be it for today because I don't have much time left, so yeah. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment down below what you thought of it, and well, I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you on the flip side. Goodbye, pals.